I can see the same thing going on in Afghanistan that went on in Vietnam. You know, our troops are facing the same type of warfare. You know, they've got to find these guerrillas and knock them out in order to win. Well, you got 100 people, how many of them are guerrillas? You don't know, because they all look alike. They're all doing the same thing. They're farming by day and guerrillas by night. It's not an easy job. It's a hard job. It's real hard to do that. And our guys are doing a good job of it. You know, at least they're not being blamed for the atrocities that are going on. Had we stayed the course, it might have been 3, 4, 5 weeks, the North Vietnamese would have capitulated. They were in bad shape. You know, from all the bombings, all the military actions, you know. When Nixon came into office, he should have authorized across the border incursions, you know, just turned us loose and said, end this war. And it would have ended on our terms within weeks.
To myself, I didn't think we was going to win, because we would fight at, like Khe Sanh, you know, there was a hill that was vital to the north, and there was you know, it was surrounded. We dropped more bombs around that Khe Sanh than in all World War II, and the enemy left. But after it was over with, we abandoned Khe Sanh, and that's the way we did with hills and whatever. We would take them and then turn them right back over to the enemy. We had this idea of, they came up with this idea of a body count. The more people you kill, sooner or later they won't have people to send. But they wasn't running out of people, and they wasn't going to run out of people. They were determined to win that war. I believe the only way the war could have been won is if we'd actually invaded the North and went into. If we had invaded the North Vietnam and went into that country, the war would have been over in 6 months.
And you are protecting each other. There's a solidarity there that I wish the country had, because you're dependent on them for their life, and they are dependent upon you for their life. So it's really a good situation. I think the side effects are that combat has caused peril for a lot of people with the post-traumatic stress syndrome. But back to Charlottesville, I got back in graduate school, and it took me a while to get into gear. If you're doing war zone, then coming back to study history, it took a while for me to flip the switch to actually go into the, oh, I'm a graduate student now.